TV here with Fitbully TV. Listen, people, I got a good question today. And mind you, I'm never going to act like I'm getting 1,000 questions. I get a few good questions throughout the week, and that yields an opportunity for me to do some educating, if you would, and some guiding, which is what I enjoy doing. That being said, for one, don't forget to like and subscribe, share with anybody who you think needs help. We all need help. But that being said, a guy asked me, I got a 5-month-old. People send me pictures and say, what should I do? What do I feed my dog? How do I get this dog right? If you're on my Instagram and even on this YouTube, you're watching my dogs progress. But my form of progress might not be your form of progress. I like to watch my dogs work, have a good time, compete, and train. I love that part of this whole thing, if you would. So when someone says, what should I feed my dogs? It's like this. As I repeat, I come from a nutritional space, and I believe that food can change an outcome, if you would. It can better a quality a lot, better a dog, or just bring the best out in what you believe to be one's genetics. And it's been proven time and time again, and then every now and then, if not more than often, there's an anomaly where, because it is so, the dog, the human, is going to be muscular regardless. So, for one, when someone says, I got a dog and I want my dog to be good, my first question is always, what is your goal? AKA dog goals. What's the goal of your dog? Because if you guys are just breeding and collecting dogs to build your program, then what you see me doing my dogs, you're never going to do. So might not be the best. I might not be the person you want to talk to, because in that case, you might need to talk to somebody who has the best kennel layout, who cleans poop up and you know, spends $5,000 a month keeping dogs fed so they can run, again, their breeding program and sell puppies. That's not what we're doing here. Not at Fitbully Kennels. I like to do about 2 litters a year. We'll get up to 5 at most, and that might be one of our big years. But realistic, I like 2 years. I want to see my dogs grow. I want to be able to vouch for him. People are very excited about Ego, for instance, so he looks like a good dog. But he's only 10 months old. So, like, hey, what are you going to do? I'm like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. And I'm saying I don't know because I still have a lot of things I got to put into the dog. I still got to training, work on, build more character, continue to focus on his confidence. There are things that I want to see manifest, if you would, through the work that I have to do with my dog, because he's as good as his leader. So let me just simplify this by saying this. To get a good dog, for one, you want to make sure you're feeding him high sources of protein. A lot of the protein that the dog food says is going to yield or provide, it's just not true. We'll do that, and we'll talk about that in another video. You want to make sure that the dog is getting plenty of exercise. 45% of your dog is made of muscle, which means, I mean, put it like this. Very few times, the dogs who are fat dogs, they're man-made dogs. But even when you feel like, a pug is real dense and tight, it's not too squishy. So I don't know why people assume that a dog's supposed to be fat. It's not, and it's not cute. Fat is not cute on a dog. The dog is suffering. So exercise, definitely the proper food, and then plenty of love. I mean, that's how you get a good dog. The bonding stage. I have a different way in which I do things. I think the guy even asked something specific about, shit, I got my phone on me. I'm tripping. I can just look real quick and see what he said. Let me see. Oh, just got it yesterday. I think I should handle how he said, how do you think I should handle the puppy stage as far as training and sleeping? What food do you recommend? She's a bully pit mix and she's 5 months. And he sends pictures. The dog looks fine. Looks good. Good parents. He actually doesn't even, I went to his page, he doesn't even follow me, which is fine. He's got thousands of followers, and I love that people are passing the page and feeling compelled, if you would, to say, hey, I like what this guy's doing. I got a few more questions then. So, sleeping. My dogs go to bed at 11:30. That's for me. Why? Because it accommodates me. I let them out at 9. That's their time to go to the bathroom and do things. Now, mind you, I'm up at 6:37 and at the gym normally by 7:30. So I have to come back, maybe give me a little coffee or drink some water, and then After an hour and maybe some change at the gym, I start letting dogs out. I keep 4 to 5 dogs with me at all times. So the sleeping alone, which is also the time in which they're going to grow, I feed my dogs at night because the puppies especially, that's when they're going to grow. But I also get fed twice a day, but the other couple feedings are things that just get them by, if you would. So I think, what was the other question he asked? What food do you recommend? We're still solving the food trial, the food tribulation, if you would. We're doing a 30-day food challenge in 30 days by combining both Victor and Diamond. Eagle's lost hair on his tail. You guys have watched Eagle grow since he was a puppy. He's been on Raw since he was a puppy. He's had no issues. The minute I put him on Victor and the Diamond, everything's went downhill, to be clear, as far as his health is concerned, from where I sit. And we'll talk about that in another video. Training. I create situations so a lot of people don't like to put their dog in the cage. The cage, by design, is your dog's home inside of its home. I do not believe dogs should be rolling around. Now, mind you, my dogs sleep in the bed. I rotate the different dogs while building my bond in the bed, and when they're all adults and can manage their bladders, they all can sleep in the bed. But to train them, that cage is necessary. When I leave the house, that cage is necessary. I don't let my dogs be in the backyard for random people to roam around. So let me be more dictative, if you would, with what that cage does for me. Eagle knows that he's going to go up to the bathroom 9 o'clock. He'll get to sit outside 30, 40 minutes. Dog needs about at least 30 minutes of sun to synthesize some vitamin D. Put him back in the cage. I'll give him what we call an energy boost. Chicken that I've cooked. I did a video with Sure Grow, yogurt, and sometimes just toppers that I get from X-Dog. Then bring him back out a few hours later and we'll go and work. We'll work, aka get on the bite, get on the flirt pole, put the weighted collar around his neck, put him back, let him rest first. After 30, 40 minutes, give him water. If you have a larger breed dog, and he's not a large breed to be clear, but he's not small, they can get bloat, which means their stomachs will twist, and by the time you figure it out, and for one, it costs, that dog has to have a surgery to deal with bloat. By the time you figure it out, unfortunately, a lot of times the dogs end up dead. Dogs that can't get bloat, Great Danes, Dobermans, Mastiffs, I believe, it's not uncommon. Once he calms down, he's breathing okay, and he's relaxing in a cool environment, then I give him some water so he can drink and, again, stay moving. What does water do for humans? The same thing it does for dogs. The majority of the dog actually is made up of more water than humans are. Water keeps you in an anabolic state, which simply means growth. Then he rests some more. Now, because I like to keep him exercising, normally at night, we'll go and do another walk. Or if he's done for the day, I might let him go. I let him go back out with the other dogs and play with them and just hang out in the yard. Later that afternoon, because he's done everything I needed him to do, then I start working the puppies. So then the puppies, what do? They got to go on their walks. They got to do their training. We got to work on their communication skills. And sometimes these times differ, but that's what a day looks like of me with the working / building a good dog. And then again at 11:30, everybody goes to bed, meaning they all go to the cage. They calm down, they relax. Mind you, if the dogs are overly whining, I'll let them out and use the bathroom. She had me up till fucking 3, 4 o'clock the other day. Because every time she whined, but I think she's got a little UTI, so we got her on cephalexin. I'm not going to walk through the milligrams and how to get all that stuff. But point is she'll be okay. So managing her. That being said, dog goals, people. First goal is to make sure you are doing what your dog loves and that you love your dog. Now what that means is people get dogs and then want the dog to be something the dog ain't. Ego's a worker. Ego's determined. Ego's driven. Ego's willing. Ego is a lover. Ego, he'll fight a little bit too, and I don't mean dog fight. I just mean he plays rough. And I mean he plays rough. Again, I repeat, no dog fighting here. The dog, I don't condone that, nor do I believe in it. So I have to go and do things that Ego loves to do to keep him motivated. He literally whines in the morning because he's like, yo, bro, what you doing, man? What are you doing? We got work to do. What's the deal? Whines in his cage. If I grab that flirt pole, he's almost shaking because he's ready to rock and roll. But I repeat, I know my dog. So I built him up. Got to build Tron up, aka Megatron. Got to build Gia up. Unfortunately, Zara's leg is not well, so we can't do much with her anymore. But if you watched, and we wasn't YouTubing at the time, another dog that I spent a lot of time with building up, working on Maya, building her back up in preparation for her last and final breeding. Praying that everything goes right there. But just again, it's videos to describe and help maybe make sense of what you can do to better your dog and how to create a good dog. Hashtag dog goals. A healthy dog's a happy dog. So as always, take care of your dogs. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and if you have questions, feel free to DM me, email me, comment. And I've got some people, team if you would, that are going to help me manage this stuff, because I actually do this for other businesses and I'll miss things. So forgive me if I don't get back to you. And stay tuned as always. And like I said, take care of your dogs, people. T-Fit, Fit Bully TV. Signing off.